A website is a collection of publicly accessible, interlinked web pages that share a single domain name and publish on at least one web server. Websites can be created and maintained by an individual, a group, businesses, organization to serve a variety of purposes. There are a broad variety of website types that can now be found on the World Wide Web, which is www. In this lesson, we will be looking at a few. The first is the blog's website. Blog's website is something I prefer to call blog sites. They are the most common form of websites on the net. It's originally used by a private user to write about issues from their subjective point of view and publishing to their blog. Blogs are now used for different purposes, and it's extremely common for major brands and businesses to have their own blog. Adding expert content improves the overall credibility of a company or an individual. Blogs also provide materials for social media posts and email campaigns. However, it can become cumbersome if you do not have a team and strategy in place to keep your blog updated with fresh content. Another type of website is the portfolio website. A portfolio website allows creative professionals a place for showcasing their best work. Service providers who want to show potential clients the quality of the work they provide can use a portfolio website to collect some of the best samples of past work they have done. This type of website is simpler to build than a business website and more focused on a particular task, which is collecting work samples. This type of website is creative by nature, so you can try some unique layouts and add interesting features. Another type of website is the brochure website. Brochure websites are a simplified form of business websites that include just a few pages of basic layout of what you do and provide contact information. So for businesses that know they need an online presence but do not want to invest a lot into it, or a small business, brochure websites typically have a few pages and can effectively act as an online business card. It gives an overview of what the business is and how you can get in touch with them. So basically, home, about us, services, and contact us. Sometimes a blog is included. We have educational websites. Educational websites are a combination of games, articles, videos, and images that are used to educate an audience. These websites have a primary goal of either providing educational material to visitors or providing information to them. These might be geared towards fun learning for children or offer courses to adults. The websites of educational institutions and those offering online courses fall into the category of educational websites. Most people call them learning management systems, LMS. Another type of websites are the e-commerce websites. E-commerce websites are business websites, but it's possible to have a business website that do not sell anything directly, so that's not e-commerce. But an e-commerce website is an online shopping destination where users can browse products by categories and highlight special sales. The site not only offers information on products and services, but also offers customers the opportunity to purchase or order these items online. A good e-commerce website makes it easy to browse through products by categories, highlight special sales, and make purchases. Jumia is an e-commerce website, but not the traditional e-commerce websites that most businesses have. Jumia, Konga, Gigi are examples of a marketplace e-commerce website. A marketplace e-commerce website is a website where buyers and sellers converge. So as a seller, you list your products, and as a buyer, you also come in there, see the available sellers, see their ratings, and make your purchase. they serve more like an intermediary between buyers and sellers. These are the types of websites that I can explain to you here, but there are so many more, and if you Google them, you will see as many as possible. You might be wondering, why do I need a website? Why does a business need a website? Number one, your online presence. Having a website and online presence strategy allows you to market your business online. This means customers are always able to find you anytime and anywhere, even outside business hours. It offers the user convenience as they can access information they need in the comfort of their home with no added pressure to buy. A website can also give you a platform to exchange information. It provides a quick and easy way of communicating information between buyers and sellers. You can list your opening hours, your contact information. You can show images of your location, products. You can also use contact form to facilitate inquiries from potential customers or feedback from existing ones. You can even upload promotional videos to really engage your customers and sell your business as an effective and cost-efficient way. This is also a good way to promote your social media channels and build up a community with your customers. A website also affords you credibility. A website helps establish the credibility of your business. Websites usually provide a map and direction to the company's shops or offices for visitors to find your location easily. Potential customers will likely be trusting or distrusting of your business, and most times distrusting. So if your business doesn't have a telephone number or a physical address, it might be an issue for a customer to trust you. The same can also be said if your business does not have a website or an email address in this era, especially with COVID-19. These are useful tools to share crucial information about your business with customers and answer all their questions: who you are, where you can be found, what you do, and how to reach out to you. A website can serve as a head expansion, as your site is accessible to anyone all over the world. The ability to break through geographical barriers has never been easier. Anyone from any country will be able to find your company, and as such is now a potential customer. You can actually advertise using a website. Tools like Google AdWords or Facebook and Instagram ads give you the power to reach customers with much more accuracy and reliability than with traditional offline advertising methods that you might not be able to track. They help attract traffic to your website, and this potentially leads to more sales of products and services. These are some of the reasons why you need a website. Now, in designing a website, there are some terms you're going to be hearing about, and I want to highlight what they mean so you don't find them strange in the practical. Number one is a domain name. A domain name is the address of your website that people will type into their browser URL before they can visit your website. In simple terms, if your website was a house, then your domain name would be its address. So I live in Abuja. What's the exact address in Abuja where I live? Domain names are available in many different extensions. The popular one is .com, but there are many other ones: .org, .net, .tv, .info, .io, and a whole lot more. Domain name registrations are overseen by an organization called ICANN, which means Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers. I prefer to call them ICANN. It specifies which domain name extensions are available and keeps a centralized database of where the domain name points to. Every website that you visit effectively consists of two main elements: a domain name and a web server. A web server is a physical machine that hosts the files and database that your website is made from and sends them out to people across the internet when they visit your site from their machine. The domain name is what people type in to access your site, and it points the web browser to a server that stores those resources that you have actually uploaded to your site. Without a domain name, people would need to remember the specific IP address of your server, and that's just not going to happen because the IP address looks like 198.122. And all of that. Most people would just not remember that. Another term you come across is web hosting. Web hosting is the process of renting or buying space to house the website on the World Wide Web, www. Web hosting happens when the files that make up your website are uploaded from a local computer onto a web server. The server's resources, which include RAM, hard drive space, and bandwidth, are allocated to the websites using it. The division of server resources varies depending on the type of hosting plan chosen. To choose your appropriate hosting plan, you first need to differentiate between the plans available. This doesn't have to be complicated. For the non-technical people that may be here, let me use a simple analogy. Choosing a web hosting is similar to searching for office space. How do you decide which type of office space is right for your needs? Is a workstation in an open co-working space enough where you share with others? Or the next best thing, maybe an office with a business center? Do you have intentions to expand quickly or expect a lot of people coming and going? Would you consider renting an entire building, or would building your own space be more appealing? Aside from the style of office you use, there are other considerations. How easy the rooms are to access, which functions they offer. For some office space, you have access to your whiteboard, internet, and other facilities. You also want to consider where are they located and the overall cost of having the office space. These considerations will determine your need and help decide which type of office is right for you. Let's compare this selection process to deciding which web hosting actually fits you. We have the shared hosting. Shared hosting is similar to renting a workstation in a busy, noisy, open plan office or co-working space. You have all the modern conveniences, a desk, internet connection, and some stationaries. And then you share the space with other co-workers, including the kitchen, printer, and restroom. You can't do any makeovers to the space. You can't install your whiteboards or whatever. You just have to do with what is provided. This is a popular option for launching small websites when you're just starting out, but it's not appropriate for large-scale commercial projects like e-commerce and learning management system and all of that. We also have a virtual private server, which is a nice step from shared hosting. So medium-sized business will benefit from renting an office within a business park. With a VPS, which is a virtual private server, users are isolated from each other, so you have your own thing. Yes, you have neighbors, but you are less dependent on them, and you can carry out any makeovers or customizations that you like and organize your workstation on your own. Buying an entire office building is comparable to hosting on a dedicated server. It is more expensive, but it's best for websites who value reliability with high performance. Since you control the entire space, you have more configurations and plenty of space, but it's really not investing if you wouldn't be using the space included. So you have to be sure that you're actually going to be using it. Some people have asked me over time, what's the difference between a domain name and a web hosting? So if the domain name is like a physical address, then web hosting is like the physical building and the contents stored within the building. Domain names are used to create handy kind of little shortcut to link what visitors type into the address bar to the server that is used to host the website. It's entirely digital and stored in a centralized database. Hosting, on the other hand, is a little different because it requires a physical server that is located somewhere in the world and connected to the internet. It's essentially like a computer hard drive that stores all your website files and database. It's called a server because it literally serves your website to the visitors. Like it has like a room, a kitchen, and all of that. So for example, when you type a URL, say www.thetechietrain.net into your web browser, it sends a request to a specific server that your site is hosted on. The server then uploads the file and transmits them across the internet to the device that you're using, which downloads the files and displays it to you. Another key thing you're going to be learning or you're going to be hearing about that you might not understand is the content management system. A content management system is often abbreviated as a CMS, is a software that helps users create, manage, and modify content on a website without the need for specialized technical knowledge. In simpler language, a content management system is a tool that helps you build a website without needing to write all the code from scratch. Or even if you know how to code or don't know how to code, you don't need it at all. Most people might be wondering, how do you say I'll design a website and learning how to code? You're going to see how. So instead of building your own system for creating web pages, storing images and their functions, a content management system handles all that basic infrastructure stuff for you so that you can focus on more forward-facing parts of your website. WordPress is by far the most popular content management system available on the internet. It's an easy-to-use interface and also comes with free templates and utilizes a plugin system which allows users to plug in website features into their own website or blogs, such as e-commerce functionality, slideshows, calendars, mailing lists, and a whole lot more. Over 60 million websites currently use WordPress as their website platform. There are two basic websites where you can get WordPress from. We have the WordPress.com and the WordPress.org. You might have been hearing this for the first time. WordPress.org allows you to download the free WordPress software to run a blog or a website. You own your own website and have complete control over it. However, you must pay to host your blog on another site such as Namecheap at www.namecheap.com, GoDaddy, or Bluehost, as we're going to be seeing in the practical session. Hosting websites are like office building with empty rooms. You can rent a virtual room where you can store your website files and allow customer traffic to flow. They also provide business email creation, firewall protection, technical assistance, and so much more. Then you can purchase your domain name, which basically is maybe www.yourcompanyname.com at these hosting sites for a nominal fee. On the other hand, at WordPress.com, you can build your site and host it all in one place for free using a domain name such as www.yourcompany.wordpress.com. So you can't have www.yourcompany.com to get. So you don't need to download any software or find another hosting site for your blog. However, you will have limited use for your website and will not be able to install any plugins except for the ones already installed automatically by WordPress.com. Some of which include search engine optimization support, Google Analytics, functionality, anti-spam support, and others. It limits your ability to customize your blog, but you can still make a beautiful blog for free with the basic plugins that you need to get started. Now you understand what a content management system is. I need you to understand what themes are. You're going to be hearing me talk about it in the practical. So now what are themes? Fundamentally, the WordPress theme system is a way to skin your WordPress site. So you have your skin, like skin. So skinning your site implies that only the design is changed. So WordPress themes can provide much more control over the visual presentation of the content and other data on your WordPress site, as well as behavior of certain site elements while interacting with visitors. So your WordPress theme, see it as your skin, like the skin of your body is covering your liver, your kidney, and all of that. It's a collection of files that work together to produce a graphical interface with an underlying unifying design for a website. These files are called template files. A theme modifies the way the site is displayed without modifying the underlying software. Themes may include customized template files, image files, and JPEG, PNG, GIF, style sheets, that's CSS, custom pages, as well as other necessary code files like PHP. Don't worry, you can nail all that in advanced classes. I just wanted to have an overview. And then you must have been hearing plugin, 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 plugin. What is a plugin? Now we know the theme is the skin. A plugin is a piece of software containing a group of functions that can be used or added to a WordPress website. They can extend functionality or add new features to a WordPress website. WordPress plugins are written in the PHP programming language and integrate seamlessly with WordPress. As a site administrator, you can install or uninstall plugins from the admin area. You can also download and manually install them using the FTP client. Because the vast majority of plugins are free, it is important to note that they usually do not come with technical support, so you are at the risk using them. For this reason, it's important to be careful when choosing which ones you want to install on your site. Although there are plugins that can do the tasks you want them to do, some are much higher quality than the others. In order to choose the right ones, you should ask yourself a couple of questions. How long has it been since it's been updated? Is it compatible with my version of WordPress or the latest version of WordPress? Are people getting answers to their support questions when they ask about the plugin? What type of rating does it have? There's a myth that WordPress plugins slow your sites. It's absolutely not true. Only when you have bad ones, then they can slow your site. Another thing you want to learn about in terms of website design without coding is Elementor. I love Elementor. Elementor is an Israeli company that provides web development services. The Elementor website builder allows WordPress users to create and edit websites by employing the simple drag and drop technique. So you pick this, you drop here, you pick this, you drop here. With a built-in responsive mode, the page builder functionality allows you to control nearly every visual aspect of your website, along with creating custom layouts, design, and pages. Elementor itself is not an actual theme. Instead, it pairs with virtually any existing WordPress theme. So it uses the plugin to customize your existing pages and add new widgets and design options to your site. Note again, Elementor is not a theme, it's a plugin. It is equipped with a variety of different widgets and pre-built content layouts, so you don't have to build your site from scratch. Instead, you're utilizing pre-crafted site elements that have been built by professionals. The drag and drop functionality makes it very easy and intuitive to accomplish design tasks. Just select, drag, and drop until you finish building your entire site. Elementor is an effective tool for building anything from an entire website to specific landing pages. You can design sales pages, promotional pages, and even custom forms. If you can imagine it, then Elementor can help you design it. Elementor offers a free plan as well as multiple paid subscription plans. The free version comes with all the features you need to create a strong user experience on your site, including a drag and drop editor, 40 plus basic widgets, 30 plus templates, but you will want to access more advanced options and functionalities such as the ability to add forms and custom CSS. Then you might need to upgrade to the Elementor Pro. It costs about $199 per year for 1,000 sites. At the time of this recording, it might be more by now. However, for taking this course, I'll be giving you access to the Elementor Core and Elementor Pro for free as an add-on. You'll see it attached to this lesson and you can use it for unlimited sites. I'll just teach you how to install it. But if you want to buy by yourself, you can just quickly go to elementor.com, click on Get Started. Elementor requires you to have a WordPress. So you'll be asked if you have an active WordPress site. If you do, you click on Yes to proceed. If not, Elementor will walk you through the process of creating a WordPress site. Next, you select the plan you would like to sign up for. That's either free or pro. You enter your website domain into the Elementor checker to make sure your site is on WordPress or has a WordPress on it. After your site's compatibility has been confirmed, you click on Install Elementor. You may be directed to your website admin login page to log in. If you're already logged in, then you just take you directly to the Elementor login page. You click install now, which is found on the bottom right hand corner, and the confirmation message will be sent to you. Click on activate plugin and your Elementor page has been created. That's it if you want to buy by yourself. However, you can also create an Elementor plugin through the WordPress site. Just go to the WordPress dashboard. Click on plugins on the left hand. You're going to see it on the tutorial. Click on add new. Then on the search field, on that add new, enter the name Elementor, Elementor. You choose the Elementor website builder to install. Then click activate after installation. And there you go. So that's basically how to use Elementor or to set Elementor up. In this lesson and after this, we'll be designing a website leveraging all that we have just mentioned above. So I just hope you will not find whatever term I'm mentioning very strange, but you'll be familiar with them. So the WordPress theme, the skin, the plugin is like your organs, your kidney, and all of that gives or enhances functionality to the website. And then, like I said, we're going to be designing a website using Elementor. And under this video, or somewhere in this model, you're going to find the Elementor Core and Elementor Pro and a tutorial detailing how to install them on your WordPress site. So let's head over to the practical aspect.